23rd and Union is the epicenter of Black Seattle. This block is everything to a lot of people.
Black people have called this community home for 140 years this year.
I have watched so many Black businesses go out of business because they have no control over their destiny and because the landlord decides to sell or jack up the rent.
The way that our community has been displaced has been very traumatic.
There has been so much change and so much displacement.
We kind of took a cue from the whole tech startup industry that has grown here and said, how can we hack gentrification and disrupt displacement?
Organizations like Africatown Community Land Trust have been on the front lines of making sure the Central District is remembered as a historically Black neighborhood.
What has happened in 23rd and Union gives us some insights into the fact that another future is possible.
The changes that we see in the central area right now are a result of legislation that was made 20 plus years ago around urban villages and accepting density. I recognized that there wasn't a lot I could do to stop what was happening, and my best bet was to get involved.
This is over $100 million in development, just the Midtown Square, right? It's more than just a mural, right? And plaque or naming a building that really honors a community. For us, it's about how do you have living memorials, the past being honored by the present activity.
Midtown has definitely changed the game when it comes to development and community engagement. Having community members like myself a part of the design process, having people like me, my mom, my family, the families of the CD at the table from the very beginning is something that was very unprecedented. The art plan for Midtown has had a huge impact on how art is integrated into development. You can't miss those panels by Barry Johnson on that corner. You can't miss those photographs by Adam Jabari on Union Street. I created a mural that has a few different titles, but I basically consider it a visual timeline of the history of this land. My grandfather actually had a storefront in the old Midtown Center. So, again, for me to be able to tell that history and come back and bring that full circle was everything to me.
Here at Art Noir, we are working with a group of artists, primarily those who are represented here on the building. What we're trying to do is expand the horizon for Black art to be available to the broad community. I'm looking at it as a gateway to new collectors to become acquainted with Black artists and Black art.
A feature light, you can see. We have outlets for feature lights that are going here, and then feature lights are going on the other side.
Lake Union Partners was willing to negotiate with me and condominiumize the retail portion of this project. They heard me when I said, listen, this is a problem. It is a problem where Black people have no control over their destiny.
This is so beautiful. I'm so happy for you.
I'm really excited that because they were willing to do this for Art Noir, that others now have the opportunity to possibly own their own space. And that's liberation. That's freedom.
People's spirits have been broken by, so many times that voices have been ignored or promises have not been kept, right? The bigger thing about any of these projects from Liberty Bank to here is that people can be inspired to embrace their power and their agency to shape their neighborhoods, their community, the city, and the world that we live in.
People will find this to be a place where they are represented, where their history is represented, where they have an inspiration to come here and think about what they can do in the future.
Our community can continue to grow and thrive in place, and I think 23rd and Union will definitely continue to be a significant epicenter of that.